Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Oxygen Not Included. This is the Tube Colony Challenge. Now, this challenge is put on by KLei Entertainment here. They created this challenge map that we're going to take a look at here. You can download the save file and put it inside of your saved file directory. So, to do that, you would just download this little file right there. You get that file right down here, and then you drop it into your documents under KLei, under Oxygen Not Included, saved files. You drop it in there, and then you load it up. You'll see it, in the list of your saved file games. You will need to be in the most current version of the game in order to make that work. So I'm going to play this map for about an hour, and we'll see how far I can actually make it. I have not really planned anything out. I'm just going to play it, I'm just going to wing it and see what happens. But I really do like the idea of challenge maps, and it's definitely not the only map that you guys have sent me. So there's another one over here. We can actually see the image on this one. This was sent by Martin, and you can see this crazy little map here of like this crazy biome that he wasn't able to reproduce in any way, but that looks like a pretty cool save file to potentially, I don't know, use at one point. I mean, look at that crazy biome right there. Ridiculous. All of this, though, gets me really excited for the potential of where we could go with this game, creating custom maps, creating custom scenarios for challenge modes, because that's something that I've been playing for about the last almost a year at this point. I don't know how long I've been playing this game, but for a long time I've been trying to do different challenge modes, limited research, limited whatever, but, different map environments I think is definitely something that's in the realm of future challenges. So, let's take a look at what I got going on here. We have water at the bottom, basically nothing over here in the bottom left. Over on the bottom right, I have natural gas and crude oil. We've got a lot of dirt, sand, sandstone, stuff like that over there on the right. There's a little bit of oxygen in all of these areas. What about germs? Ugh, come on. We got extra slime lung over here as well. Brutal. If I take that transit tube and then I go up here, right? What do I have up there? Just nothing. At least nothing I can see. Directly above me, I have copper ore, sandstone, a little bit of granite up there as well. I guess there's going to be a new overlay at some point that allows you to change the colors to potentially see some stuff there. I think Octo Jones was actually, he sent me a feature that we might see at some point, being able to actually pick out different ores and elements if we want to be able to look at some things. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, so you can see in this image right here, there's a little tab just to the right of, this bar up here that says material/color. So we might actually be able to change that and be able to pull out certain elements so you can easily find what you're looking for on the map when you go to dig things up. However, this is spread out very, very nicely. Over here on the left, we have a lot of algae, so that's our oxygen. We'll be able to use that and just live, hopefully, a long time. We also have slime. What about germs in that area? Of course! Oh, no! Luckily, there's nothing down here to the bottom left. We can use that to build some stuff. We also have pipes and whatnot that are going to be going between the different areas, so we can use that. So we've got water down here. Very necessary, I think. Ooh, and maybe even a steam geyser. Excellent. Okay, so we've got a steam geyser and a bunch of water down here at the bottom. Up here to the top left, nothing. So really nothing in the corners except for natural gas and crude oil over here. So, and I don't start with any research. So the first thing I need to do is make oxygen. I also need to prevent myself from getting sick, so I think I want to avoid going over here to the right. There's really no reason to come over here to the right except to get sick. So the first thing I'm going to do is deconstruct that test tube so I don't end up getting sick. That's going to be my first move. We got Frankie, we got Mima, and we have Camille. As far as my duplicates are concerned, so no meat. What's going on? Okay, so for my second task here, let's go ahead and dig up some of this algae. It's going to be necessary. Let's see if I can avoid germs, though. I don't want to get too many germs if I don't need to. Now, as far as controlling access to certain areas, I do have to be very, very careful. So, right now, Mima is running on this wheel, which is going to charge up the transit tube access point, allowing one of these duplicates to actually use the portal to then go over here to the left. And then they'll have to run on that wheel again in order to use the access point to go back on over here to the right. Now, we can't dig through neutronium. However, we can pass through a one tile spot, so it might be possible to build my own tunnels between areas if I really wanted to go that far. I think that might be a secret of how to actually survive a long time here. So since Frankie doesn't have anything else to do, Frankie's going to go ahead and start to dig up. I'm going to go ahead and speed this game up a little bit, just so that we can really make a lot of progress here in this 1 hour I have to play. So really, every time you move from one side to the next, you really do need to... So Frankie now should really sweep up that algae and bring it over here to the center. That way I can get oxygen inside of here. That was not the right first move, actually. So I'm really going to need to control the jobs here. Oh, and look at these duplicates. Some of them are actually really high level. We got Frankie and Camille that are super high level, but Mima's kind of low. All right, so in order to make this successful, I've found that people are running from one side to the next to do the power operation, which I don't necessarily want them to do. What I want them to do is dig, so I'm going to put a higher priority on digging than I am on power. Let's go ahead and make the power 1 and then work up from there. Because they're all running around to 1. Don't go to that. Don't get me wrong, you need to do it in order to get out, but... So first thing I need is like a storage compactor inside of here in order to get a duplicate in there. Oh, it looks like I do have a lot of research already unlocked. Do I have all of it? It kind of looks like I might. Oh, lucky me. Those sneaky devs. All right. So now that I have all of this stuff available to me, I need centralized power, or at least power in each sector, in order to freely move between the areas. That's probably the most important thing. And oxygen, clearly. So I'm going to start with an algae deoxidizer. And then I think the next thing I'm going to work on is where these duplicates are actually going to sleep. Because if I don't take care of stress will be like the first thing that takes you out. Well, I mean, that and starvation. Food's important too. Clearly. So next up, I'm going to dig all of that. That'll be good. And I think I have enough tiles here. A little bit of sandstone. And I'll go ahead and put their sleeping quarters up here at the top. And to save space, I'm not going to put in pictures. I'm actually just going to put in a statue for decor. So Camille, you should be grabbing this algae, right? Yeah, there you go. So I'm actually going to keep this one at priority level 5 so we can keep the power for this manual generator nice and high. Everything else is going to be nice and low. And hopefully my duplicates don't have any other reasons to go elsewhere. Ah! I cannot forget the one thing that is always super important, and that is, where do you go to the bathroom? I nearly forgot it once again. Outhouse. All right, let's make this high priority. We're going to have to stuff everything in here, so let's just go ahead and do that right there. All right, so we've survived our first cycle here. We got a little bit of oxygen going, so that's good. We're at maximum gas pressure. We're alive! We don't have any place to sleep, but those are just technical difficulties. We'll take care of that. At least we have a bathroom, so we're not going to just, the first thing is not going to be everybody going to the bathroom. Oh, so with that in mind, I need to put a sink next to that so that people don't start tracking germs around. All very, very important. Okay. So I'm going to do just a good old wash basin. We'll put that up. Boom! There we go. Is any of these people... Nobody's good at art. That sucks. I'm trying to think of what I can do for power. What I don't have available to me at all is coal. They give me one measly mealwood seed. All right. I see how it is. So the first thing I need to do, don't get me wrong, this is all pretty much the first thing I need to do, but I need to get the mealwood up and running. The other thing I really should do here is expand this to a large battery. I might want to do this in all locations as well, just because it's going to hold so much more power. So I'm taking a little bit of a risk over here to expand this ladder out so that I can dig up a little bit more algae. Okay, so I've got the mealwood. I'm going to put it right in this farm tile right here. So we'll get that up and growing, even though that's not going to be all that much. Also got some storage compactors up here to kind of sweep things. That way the decor doesn't become too terrible. Plumbing wise, I need to go ahead and put this right down here so that I can draw up something from the pitcher pump. Oh, you know what? First things first, you gotta be careful here. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, so if they do accidentally, have a problem, they're not going to put a bunch of food poisoning into the watering area here. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a very large battery down here because I'm going to be visiting this a lot. So let's go ahead and take care of that. There's a little bit of copper ore there, so hopefully somebody will come down and build that and not get stuck. Yeah, there we go. All right, so now all I got to do is sweep all of this up, so that'll be a good priority. I'm also going to rebuild the sculpting block until I get something decent. So right now, Mima's the only one that has, for a while there, I guess she had a boost for creativity or something like that. Oh well, maybe she'll do better this time. Sweeping will help a lot as far as the decor is concerned, because right now we do have some stress. But we do have a nice room now, so that's good. I'm going to make the mess hall right here. So that should be 12 tiles right there, which is the minimum size as far as a mess hall is concerned. So we'll put that little door right there and build some more tiles right there. And as far as furniture is concerned, we'll just put a couple of mess tables in there. Very, very simple. One of the things I can do is I can save the amount of transit tubes I have, because you don't need a full loop there. You can just use it to go one direction. So I can actually get rid of some of those. Save that plastic or use it for something different. I think with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and actually readjust that mess hall so that I get 12 tiles, but I get it a little bit wider. So I could do the mess tables like that, then put a sculpting block over there, and a couple of canvases, or at least one. And that'll be a pretty dope area to go eat. So the decor is starting to look a little bit better. If I take a look at the only person that is stressed out, which is Mima right there, what is actually hurting her stress? It's the decor. I'm going to set up a little micro musher, and that'll be right over here. I can make this corner so I can actually rework the pipes down here, the tubes, to kind of be out of the way a little bit. Actually, I would like that to be one more over to the right, so right over here. That way I can put a wash basin before that, so that your hands are always clean when you're cooking. And that needs to be created so that I can actually get some water up there in that wash basin. Hey, it looks like she actually did better. She got a quaint mediocre structure, so that is pretty dope. If I look at the decor, you'll see that is quite a bit better, plus 25. Yeah, there we go. Stress is under control. I'm going to go ahead and set up a couple of algae terrariums down here. That'll be good for oxygen production, and it also won't hurt me. I don't have I have some algae. I guess I got quite a bit over there. Each one of those being 1,000 kilograms. Okay, yeah, I've got plenty of algae. I guess I only need one, so we'll just cancel that. Boop, just like that. So let's go ahead and try to do this number here. All right, we'll build up to that, and then we'll put a little bit of a powered thingamabobber right there. And that'll be good. What I will need to do is have like an ore scrubber. If I have anything that has like chlorine or something like that, then that would be a great way in order to clean that stuff out. But I really don't have that. So I guess I can't really ore scrub at all. Germs are just going to become a problem. Unless I guess it isn't that much, right? Some of it isn't really that high. I don't know. There's enough slime lung there to make me a little nervous. So as I'm trying to think about like what would be my best way of generating power for this base, and I think what it's going to be is I'm going to end up using the electrolyzer for most of my power production. So what I can do is I can move water around, and then that then becomes oxygen and power, essentially, because hydrogen, I'll just, run that to a hydrogen generator. I'll need to use door compressors, though, in order to make that actually work and work well. Otherwise, it's dependent on how much oxygen I remove from the environment, as, per how much hydrogen I can produce on it. The other way to do that is to kind of trick it with like a partial flood or something like that, which I don't think I'm going to do because I don't want to. I'll try to avoid that if possible. So a hydrogen generator, right? Power down here. So I could set that up right there. And then I can use airlocks right above that. So right there, oops. And then on top of that, it's going to be some airflow tiles. Crap, and then I run into this. So I don't really have enough space for all of that. Do I have space for it over here because I can reroute some stuff? Maybe. I really don't have space for this turn either. So this wash basin needs to move to the left. So I got to get rid of these ladders. Means the duplicates are going to have to path around a little bit differently to get to where they need to go. Yeah, this is a good little challenge. I like it. I'm going to go ahead and leave this an airflow tile if possible. No, 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 no. Oh, crap. Now none of my duplicates can get up to their bed. Oh, well. It's going to be a high-stress cycle. I've disabled meal ice from the menu, so I should be able to harvest this cycle, and hopefully I'll get a good dice roll here and end up with some more meal wood. So right now I need to make more food once I can actually get to all that stuff I need. There we go. Alright, so things are getting a little bit crazy here, but I think what I'm going to do is I believe I'm going to set up kind of my door compressors right in this area. So that'll be oxygen and power will be produced in this area by the electrolyzer, which will then be, it'll be pumped from up here. So that'll work out pretty good. I'm going to have to move a bunch of stuff in order to make that fit, but I think it's a good plan. So now I'm going to make some lice loaf. It should be nice and a good priority. Also make a mush bar as well. Ooh, lucky me, I did get one more mealwood seed. So we'll put that up to a nice high priority. So I've got a little bit of polluted water here, and I need to get rid of that. So I'm going to empty that over here into a little spot, and then, oops, I didn't really want to have a hydrogen generator over here, but I guess I do have it now. All right, so I've made it a little bit further now. We're now finishing off cycle 7, and I think we're up to a pretty good start here. So the mechanized airlock right there, and that'll take care of that. Also got the hydrogen generator, potentially that's going to be right down there. We also got food on the way, so we can make more mealwood. And that's all happening over here next to the oxygen. And we're actually going to go ahead and sweep up the polluted water, so that's got a spot to go. If I take a look at the germ overlay, you know, things are looking pretty good. Polluted dirt will find its way over here, but that's why I have a deodorizer set up. And I'm going to set up the exact same thing over here. So hopefully when this bottle emptier empties, any of the polluted oxygen that comes off of it will be picked up by this deodorizer and cleaned in the process. So another way to generate power would be to use this crude oil down here. So I could use a natural gas generator to pump crude oil into a reservoir over there and then process that. I'm not sure I really want to go ahead and do that though. I might want to hang on to the, you know, to my plan as it is until I come up with something, or until I end up with a, you know, more need for something else, I guess. That's right. I can't deconstruct this printing pod. Whoops. So I'm going to relocate. I'm going to get rid of that. Move everything a little bit one tile to the left here. It's tough working in this limited space. But you know what? That makes it fun. So I'm going to reroute the transit tube like this. And then that should be able to enter right there. So that'll be I'll just kind of get it out of the way. Then I'll kind of reconnect it here, so I'll get rid of this stuff. All right, so I have Camille here. She's the one who's going to be doing all of my cooking. So she'll be able to take care of the little micro musher there, build up some skill. Things seem to be working. One thing I have noticed, though, is that this transit tube access point here, since it draws up a really high amount of power, you know, 900 some watts or so, it is overloading the wires every once in a while. So at some point I'll actually want to upgrade this grid to something more powerful, especially when I start to actually put a generator on it. That's a little bit bigger than the manual generator. Alright, so I just harvested 2 more mealwood, so that should mean that I have access to more mealwood. And I could potentially get to the point here where I'm just doing continuous meal lice. But I rolled zeros. I didn't get any extra seeds. Crap. I think there's a 33% chance that I would actually get an extra seed. So if I get a bad dice roll, I don't get any extra seeds. So that could totally like change how you play this first series of the game. But don't get me wrong, you have plenty of resources for mush bars. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and make. So now I'm gonna get rid of this transit tube here. And then if I go ahead and do this number, we'll make it a nice high priority. There we go. So now we'll reconnect here. That way I can get back to my water. Because if I can't get to water, then I can't make food. So I suppose one thing I could do, which might be a little bit more efficient, is I could set up something like this, a little bottle emptier, and just transport some water up top here so that I always have some available and I don't have to keep going down here to get water each and every time. Then again, I could also just put a pump down there, couldn't I? Okay, so one thing that I'm noticing here is that I'm spending an enormous amount of energy just transporting water from below up above, because I have to keep running through these access points, and that takes up a lot of energy. So I think I'm going to try to pump some up, but in order to do that, I need a way to turn off the liquid as well, as it actually, comes up and goes into a spot, so it doesn't overflow and cause all extra kinds of problems. So I need a little bit of a switch here so I can turn it off. Not to mention I need stuff for automation anyhow, so I really need to set up a rock granulator down here. And that's kind of a big machine, so I gotta get rid of this terrarium down here and then put that down there so that I could put the rock granulator right there. Otherwise, it doesn't really have any place to go. There we go. Now I have enough room for it. Man, is it gonna suck down some power, but it's alright. One thing I might be able to do here is while I run this granulator, actually make it into some more stuff, refined copper, is that I can actually disable this transit tube point here. So I could just go ahead and disable that. That way I don't blow up my wires. So there we go. Smashing it down. Making it happen. So there we have it. We're actually able to run the rock granulator and the micromusher and the algae deoxidizer all at the exact same time here. Alright, so this ladder situation is driving me nuts. Let's go ahead and just go up right there, and then we'll go up right here as well. I'm gonna have to find all sorts of places to move stuff. Alright. Alright, so I have enough refined copper now, so I can go ahead and make some of this automation stuff as need be. And for the life of me, I cannot remember the stupid circuit. And for the life of me, I cannot remember the circuit here, so I gotta look at my own video. No, it's up. I scroll up, don't I? Where do I scroll up? Where's the other one? Filter, buffer, not. Buffer, filter. So I think it goes just like this, right? So that goes to there, but that moves over there. So it works better if I do it like that. All right. Yeah, there we go, just like that. A little crazy. I'm going to need a little bit more copper. But that shouldn't be too bad. Come on, mealwood seed. Oh, you're killing me. Come on. Ow, nothing. I am not winning that one at all. So the one problem I have with this arrangement here is that I won't be able to pass from this side to this side like I currently can. I'll need to be able to get there and by some other means. So that either means I use doors right next to this, which I don't think I want to do at all, or I rework the battery situation and the manual generator up here and this oxygen and all of that stuff, and actually just like rework this so that I can go up and down vertically throughout the entire base right here. So many different little things you got to do with such a limited space, such as this. You know what? If you say clean toilet, there's no way to disable clean toilet. Uh-oh. I've got at least one duplicate here, Camille with diarrhea. Ooh, and Mima as well. Uh-oh. We'll quickly build another outhouse. Hopefully I can get that built before Mima has an issue. Because I think that's going to take a little while to clean out. Uh-oh. I think I made a mistake. Yeah, yep, there it is. Well, now it's going to get all over the place. It's all right. We'll mop it up. We'll take care of it. Oh, gosh, it's getting all over the lice loaf and everything. Ooh. this bottle emptier is not working as planned. It's kind of spilling out. I thought it would work because it's got one tile right there, but it gets a little confused and therefore starts to run out and go back all over the floor. So I got to make that a little bit taller in order to make that work. All right, so there we go. Now that's working. All right, let's go ahead and see if I can get a liquid pump down here at the bottom, just so I can go ahead and take some of this liquid, pump it back up here, and actually get a nice reservoir somewhere in this area here so that I don't have to keep running up and down. I'm going to need liquid up at the top anyhow, so we'll do some construction down here and see if it works without blowing anything up or suffocating or starving or, you know, all the bad things that could potentially happen here. No, Camille, don't you dare. Okay, whew. She came up with that warning of a bathroom. Frankie here is the one who has to keep sending them back and forth to get materials. All right, I have to disable this transit tube thing for a little bit so that we can actually just build up enough power to make some food so my duplicants don't starve here. Because right now, they're all quite hungry. So they can still come out, but they can't go back in. So hopefully we get some food made over here. Come on, make it. There you go. Okay, Camille, get off power. You don't need to be on that. There we go. Much better. And please give me an extra mealwood seed. No! Why do you hate me so much, game? Oh. What am I going to do about that? Ah! Crap! I can't get through this door. Help! Build it! No! Look at Camille! What? You got stuck in the tube. Both of them. Why? Oh, because of the door. What? Alright, we'll deconstruct that. Save my duplicants. from dying inside of the tube. Not good. Oh, buddy. Somebody figure it out. This is all going bad. There you go, Frankie. Come on now. There you go. There you go. That got real dangerous there for a moment. Alright. Everybody's free. I didn't even think of that. Well, I didn't expect it. So, I guess I have to transit tube from a different direction. Or maybe, just maybe this works without 3 doors. Frankie, why can't you get over here? What's blocking you? Nothing. Nothing in my brain is telling me that you cannot get over there. Oh, come on. Cook, people. What the heck are you doing? Cook! Cook! You're starving to death. Why won't my duplicants cook? They I'm setting it up to be as high as it can go. They should have enough resources. Oh, no, you don't, do you? Okay, fine. Enable. Transit tube access. Come on. Do it. I'm in a food crunch. Make food. Make it now. Ugh, now we're out of power. Come on now. Camille. Get over here. No, Camille. Look. Your job is to do nothing but cook. Right now. Now get on there and cook. Oh, and stop using up all my power. Frankie, get back over there. There you go. See? Oh my gosh, people are starving over here. What are you doing, Camille? Anybody, get over there and cook. Oh man. All right, come on now. Camille keeps stealing the food from Frankie. Frankie's gonna die because Camille keeps taking all the mush bars. And look, she's not even gonna help out. She's like, nah, I ain't gonna cook. Did she straight up just kill Frankie because he disabled his building? And she stole the last piece of food? Oh, that is cold. That is brutal. No. Stop using up all the power. No, get over here and make more power or Frankie's gonna die. My gosh. These duplicates. Like, I can't tell you. 9. Make food now. Frankie, get off the stupid generator. Come up here. And make yourself some food. It should have... It's got enough water to make 1. Or do I not have enough meal ice back there? No. I've got enough. Okay, so only Frankie can eat. This is like how close people are from dying here. So only Frankie can eat this. Oh, no, now you're gonna go to sleep and die in your sleep, aren't you? No, get back up. Make food. Frankie, eat. Oh my gosh. Just eat. Eat now. Or is that like something you can't do at night? Because it's a red alert thing. Because they ignore their basic needs. You better not die in your sleep, Frankie. Eat now. That was ridiculously close. All right, there we go. Make some mush bars, people. If your only job is to make mush bars, that should be pretty simple. See, now why doesn't Frankie go do something different? There you go. No, now people are making a mess. Oh my gosh, just make food. Now Mima's starving. Like, I can't get my duplicates to do anything but starve. Now, come on now. You only have one, like, task, and that is to make mush, you know. How have we gotten this far without dying? Somehow I can't generate power and make mush bars. Like, what's up with that? Oh, boy. Things are getting bad, too. It's like, now we're running out of oxygen. Somehow I got behind, and everything has gone bad. Oh, no, who's died? Starved to death. Of course. And there was food right there. Right there. All right, well, that's all I have time for tonight. I said I was only going to play this game for an hour, ended up playing it for 2 hours. But you know what? I feel like this is a fun little challenge. You should download it, give it a try here, and we'll see how far I can go with this. I mean, this is good stuff. It's definitely challenging, though. I mean, you got to be keeping an eyeball on everything. Like, I'm this close from having water right up here and then really taking care of this problem that quite literally just killed Mima right there. But I just didn't move fast enough and ended up losing control a little bit. Even though it's kind of hard to understand how I got this far without, you know, people are still starving somehow. Constantly. I don't know. It's driving me nuts. But at any rate, there you have it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. Let me know down there in the comment section below if you got some crazy builds for this. That would be kind of cool to see. Thanks for watching. If I've earned your subscription, then thank you so much for that. Have a great day. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.